Chapter 11. Sheriff Heath moved with desperate calm as he returned to his patrol car. The fading sound as he Sheriff Heath moved with deliberate calm as he returned from his patrol car. The fading sound of splashing gasoline left a strange, unsettling silence in its wake, broken only by Ricky's panic whispers from beneath the car. Clark shifted uncomfortably, glancing between the sheriff and a trembling figure on the ground. Sheriff, he began, his voice hesitant. We don't need to. The sheriff raised a hand, cutting him off without looking. He opened the passenger door of his patrol car and reached inside, receiving a small metal box. His movements were slow, methodical, like a predator toying with his prey. Ricky craned his neck, trying to see what's happening, the fear in his eyes growing more wild by the second. Please, Sheriff, please, please. I'll give you everything, I swear. That mine is yours, Ricky's voice cracked, raw from shouting. He tried to crawl underneath the car, but his hand slipped on the slick grass. He froze and Heath turned back to him. In his hand, Heath held a box of matches. Ricky's eyes widened. No, no, you can't do it. This is murder. It's murder. You don't have to do this. Clark's throat tightened as he watched Heath kneel down beside the car. Sheriff, he said, stepping closer, this isn't the way. We can take him in, let the court handle it. We don't need to. Heath's icy glare snapped to Clark, silencing him. Court? He said, his voice heavy with disdain. What the hell do you think court's going to do to someone like him? Slap him on the wrist? Let him walk in a year or two? No, Clark. Some things need to be handled differently. This isn't about justice. This is about making sure the message gets out and it's loud and clear. Ricky's breath was ragged now, his entire body trembling, as he struck the match. The small flame danced in the night air, illuminating the sheriff's face in an eerie glow. Ricky closed his eyes tight, tears streaming down his face. Please, he whispered, his voice barely audible. Please don't. Heath held the match for a moment, as if weighing his options, the fire reflecting in his cold, calculating eyes. He knelt closer to the car, the flame flickering dangerously close to the gasoline-soaked ground. And then, without warning, he dropped it. Ricky's screams filled the air as he stood up and tossed the half-empty matchbox into the car. Get in the car, he said to the deputy, his voice void of emotion. We're going back. Clark let out a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. Heath leaned in close to Clark's ear, his voice low and venomous. Don't you ever try to stop me again. Deputy Clark glared at the sheriff, uneasy, as he slid into the seat of the patrol car. He couldn't shake the feelings that everything had changed. Sheriff Heath had always been tough, but this was something else entirely. The ride back to the station was silent, except for the crickets and their cricket song.